All right, in this video we are going to look at adding authentication to our application for both the web side of things and for the Turbo native side of things. To do this, we're going to be using the Devise library. This is pretty standard for usage in Rails applications. We really could be addressing using kind of any other library, and there's a bunch of different techniques here. But we're just going to work with this one for now. So let's go and set that up. So to start off with, we're going to want to, and I actually have here pulled up the documentation. So we are going to add that to our system. So we are going to change directories down into our actual app. And we want to bundle add Devise. And then we can start our server. All right, and let's pull up our coding environment. And we've pulled the wrong directory again. So let's do that again. Try this again. So we're going to pull up VS Code, and let's just make this big enough to work with. And all right, so to finish doing this setup, we are going to, so we've already set up the gem. We're going to generate the Devise install. So we will go into, we'll pull up the console in VS Code and Rails G Devise install. And we're actually going to kill the server and start it again. But all right, let's run through the install instructions here. So we want to make sure that we've set our mailer. This is just for our sending out the outgoing mail on. This is probably all will be set up in the production application, but we're going to need to still set this up on our application here. So we're going to go into the environment, development, and go into the mailers section, and we're going to say, so we are using localhost 3000, which that works. If we were using different ports, we'd want to change that, and we also want to change that for the test environment. In our actual production environment, we would have that set to something else more appropriate. So we do have the route to already set, so we should get there. We're going to want to be putting some alerts, so we'll just bring those in. That way it can yell at us as we do things. So we'll just slow down the navigation for now. We'll do something with that proper down the road. And we're not going to need to do the Rails G Devise views because we're not going to customize them for right now. But if this were a real app, we would want to be doing that. All right, so install is good to go. And now we need to set up our model. So we don't have any model currently. We would, this is going to attach to a user by default. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So that is Rails G Devise user. So Rails G Devise user. The user here is going to actually be the user model. We could have this be admin if we're having like different tiers of users or something along those lines, but we'll just go with the default for now. All right, and if we take a look at what they're doing, we're creating the users table, adding all the different indices and such, and it says that it sees that we don't have a user yet, so we set that up, and we add the routes for the user. So that's the Devise for users. That's here. So that looks all good. So let's do a little bit of Rails DB migrate to get that user set up, and we will we'll start the server. Get that going. All right, so let's open up another tab and go to localhost 3000. And we see nothing has changed. So let's go to users/sign-in. Actually, want to do sign up. We'll say our email is admin@example.com, and we're going to go with the password. If I can type, password 123, password 123. Don't steal all my credentials. And we don't actually have the. We're just gonna skip this for now. The redirect for the user sign-in isn't set up. Okay, so if we open up the web inspector and go into storage, cookies, we can see that we're starting to get some stuff in here. So some of the member tokens and whatnot are in here. So we should be good there. In fact, if we go back to users/sign-in, actually let's check. I'm an example. And password 123. I actually don't know off the top of my head if it gives us any message if we go back to sign in. Yeah, they're already signed in. Good. All right, and that's coming through that notice flash message. Okay, so sign in works. Let's go and add a little bit of navigation into there. So right now we have admin posts. So with Devise, this gives us current user or user signed in. So we can use that. So we can go in here and go, if user signed in, then give them the admin, else, if I can type, we want to do an li, and we want to link to sign out. So what's the path it gives us for this? We can check the routes that it makes, and let's see. Users sign out, that's a destroy user session. And this is a delete. So we are going to want to make this be a method delete. And likewise, we're going to have a, sorry, that should be on the sign out up there. And this should be sign in. New user session path. And let's see if this works. Sign out, sign in, admin at example.com. Password 123. Let's reload them. Admin at example.com. Password 123. And what are you? Unauthorized. What is going on here? User sign in, admin at example.com, password 123. There we go. I am just fat fingering everything. Okay, so let's actually sign out, and let's actually go to the posts page, and we can still do stuff here. We shouldn't be able to. So let's go and into the post controller, we're going to want to do a before action. And if we look at Devise, it gives us authenticate. That should be authenticate user. Yeah. Before action, authenticate user. And let's try it again. You need to sign in. Perfect. Okay, so on the web side, that's working. This before action is going to run before every single one of the actions, which is exactly what we want. So this is going to stop them from editing, showing everything. All of that stuff is going to be working properly. So let's actually make a small change and add into, for both types of users, link to home, which will be the root path. All right, so now we can go home, we can sign in. Yay, that's all working. Perfect. Okay, so with that working, let's hop over to the Ruby side of things, or sorry, the native side of things. Let's run the application and see where we're at just from starting out. And I should have booted this up beforehand. All right, there we go. And it does nothing. Why are you doing nothing? Ah, there it goes. That was odd. Okay. So you have our home, which this is still working just as it would be before. We have admin, which is now yelling at us. Perfect. So let's go to admin at example.com. And our password is password123. And let's log in. All right. So now we're signed in. If we switch tabs, this all works. If we go home, go back in, this still works. And if we kill the app and run it again, let's see if this takes a long time to, no, it doesn't. That's weird. But we are actually, let's try. Let's try clicking off the remember me. All right, so let's kill the app again and start it again. And now we stay signed in. Wonderful. So that all works well. So what's happening here is, now actually what's interesting, so we are signed in over here, but if we refresh this, so we actually don't get the navigation in here at all. So actually let's go to, let's go over here, and on the home page, we're gonna go hello world. Let's make this be something a little bit different. So let's go if user signed in, we're gonna go hello current user.email. And otherwise we're going to say hello hello guest. And let's reload over here. So it now says hello admin. And if I go over the admin, everything's still working and we're wired together right. All right. So now we've signed in. We can see our information between the different tabs. We can do all of our actions that we need to do over here, and we are good to go. Now, one thing to show is that we actually can't sign out, which is interesting. So let's quickly add another page to do that. So if I go to routes, so we have a route going to route to pages home, and we can add another one, and we can do, let's just do a resource profile, and we are going to do only show. So that so to do this, we actually want to add another tab into the native app. So if we go to the app coordinator, got tab 1, tab 2, and let's make a third tab. And this will be profile. And this is going to go to /profile. And if we go and pull up SF symbols, I don't know what's called person. Yeah, probably person. Do they have something better for profile? Yeah, we'll just go with person. So this, so tab 3, and we want to add tab 3. And profile is not working properly because it doesn't exist. So let's keep on adding it. So let's actually go here that we can more quickly swap around. So let's go to profile, and we're missing the profiles controller. So let's go to the controllers, new file, profiles, controller. This is going to be class profiles controller, which extends application controller. This we're going to do the before action for authenticate user, and here we're going to have a show method, and so this is now going to yell at us about the signing in. So this is happening because we signed into the other computer, so we lost our session. Tell me this profile. There we go. All right, so we need to make the view for that. So profiles and show.html.erp, and for the sake of this, we're just going to have a logout link. And that was the destroy user session path, and it's going to be method delete. And let's just push this down a bunch to push it away from the top because I'm not really putting this into a real template. All right, so if we reload this, we can see sign out. So we can sign out. Perfect. Okay, so let's rerun this app. So if we come in here, we can sign in. Password 123, remember me, sign in. If I come here and reload, I'm now, and actually just to make sure that we're all good here, let's throw a little title onto the page. Yeah. So we're on the profile page, we can sign out. Now this won't synchronize between tabs. We'll have to work on that later. But and see if we can even go here. We can see that that's not being updated. So, but we do have authentication working on the web side and on the native side.